Hello, stargazers. I am not your magician, but you can call me Mugman. I have your magician behind me, actually. She is at my house. She's getting right up close and personal to the microphone. Huh? Penson? Oh, a pencil?
What the fuck is pencil?
Oh, in top right drawer, right there. Don't ask why it's there. Hi, chat. Today, we've had a bit of a mishap with Ren's internet, so I'm going to be the one owning the stream today. Hopefully things go okay. Forgive me if there aren't as many cute chat overlays and everything like that. I did my best. Don't worry, I can still see your messages though, and we will reply. But since Red is also not doing much in this first case, we are going to figure out. Hey! Internet goes kaboom once again.
Yeah, basically.
Thank you for the membership. 4 months.
Ah,
Red, say thank you.
thank you.
You hear that? She said thank you. Yeah, man. With us on the same mic, we're back to basics for this. Yeah, back to Mamiya. That's crazy. If you haven't seen the Mamiya videos, you should go check them out. But they're fucking old. However, we're still the same us. We're on my microphone. We're on everything like that. We're joined by Judge once again. I promise. He's here. He's not at my house though. That'd be
crazy.
That would be crazy. Yeah. That would be freaking absolutely wild. But
I'm using my older microphone because my newer one I've sent it to see if anything's wrong with it because it was causing a bunch of static. Hopefully it sounds good. It's facing the right direction this time.
yeah, Judge, you sound okay. Like you sound good. I mean you always sound good, but that's besides the point. You can't really tell that much of a difference. I'm gonna do my best when it comes to Oh, by the way, how is the audio for everyone? We want to make sure that it's, you know, passable for everyone if like the music is good and all that shit. But man, I've really been yapping for 3 minutes.
That's okay.
Thank you. So yeah, as long as we all sound good, we got the game ready. We're enjoying everything like that.
All sounds good. Yay!
Fuck yeah, you'd love to see it. Aster's quiet. Yeah, that's because she's talking from across.
All the way back there. I'm here now. Hi. Is this good?
Move over.
I literally cannot. I literally cannot move at all. Hey, that's ink!
Oh my god.
I almost walked into the auto doors.
I don't know what that means. I'm sorry.
Well, auto door. You know how like in the front of like a pharmacy or something, like the sliding doors.
I
Those
should
automatic
scream for the rest of the
doors.
stream. No, please have mercy on my
No,
voice.
spare her voice.
Okay, the AirPods aren't connecting.
They're not?
No.
Why?
I don't know, but they're not connecting. They won't appear.
They won't appear on the.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait.
And Scoot, they're trying.
I'm trying. Okay, hopefully this opens up like the pairing for it. Our setup is a little scuffed today, chat. We hope you don't mind.
Chat.
Okay, should be pairing. Hold on, take out the AirPods and put it back in. Okay, I'm also gonna. Where's my phone? I'm
This
also
is
gonna
peak.
turn off Bluetooth so that.
It stops connecting to you.
Yeah, so it stops connecting to me in case it is. Oh crap. I need to go take a call.
Oh, go. Off you go.
What a great start.
Off you go.
I literally cannot move.
Yes, you can.
Yes, I can.
See, quit being dramatic.
I'm not being dramatic. I mean, I have to be dramatic. I'm playing up a character.
Here. Alright, I can actually hear everything now. Hello. Is Judge there? Judge!
Hello.
Oh, there's Judge. Judge is too quiet.
Okay. I'm still quiet. What's my volume at?
This is a level of scuff that I was used to back in the day. No, for real, this is old ass shit. It feels nostalgic. This is what the old setup used to be. Y'all remember that?
No.
Oh, wait, I've identified the problem.
Judge, speak.
Yeah? Hello?
There you are. Yep. Alright, we got you. How's this sound like this, everybody? Get with the program. Wow. Welcome back.
Oh.
How'd it go?
Sheldon says judge should VA the judge. I do.
Worry not, Judge is VAing the judge. Yeah. Alright.
Both of them, apparently.
Oh, you took my headphones. Nice.
Yeah.
I also noticed that they are connected to my phone. The AirPods.
Oh, that's why it's not connecting to me.
Which is the weird thing because I also turned off Bluetooth from my phone.
Let me see.
It shouldn't be.
Wait,
on.
I have a solution.
What's your solution? What's your idea? Why are you switching account?
I know what I'm doing.
We just left the call from Judge.
No, we didn't. Out you get.
You just kicked me out of the call.
Alright, well now Aster's in the call. Wow.
Oh my god. Also, Ren, you were wearing the headphones backwards.
Okay. Well, guess what? It doesn't matter that they're connected to your phone, because now I'm joining on your account with your phone. Isn't that smart?
Oh yeah, but then you're gonna want to turn on Bluetooth.
Yeah.
That is smart, actually. Good job.
Hee hee.
You're smart.
Hee hee.
Okay, sorry, chat. Hold on. Judge, let me stream the game to you. We're having fun.
Yeah, for real.
Look at the way I've, like, hobbled over. You can see my mouse on the screen!
Back to donating. Yeah.
Thank you. Right. How do you normally... You normally... Or do you normally... Oh god, I can hear myself. That's scary.
Just me. Here we go. There we go.
There we go. Okay, we're safe.
Mute and deafen.
Yeah, see, we're good.
We're good, we're good. Alright. So...
Okay, I'm...
Oh wait, you're hearing me twice.
Wait,
There we go. I'm sorry.
there we go.
Alright, we're all good. Yay.
Yippee.
Alright.
Shall
Anyway.
we start?
Yeah, so click select adventure.
Okay, should I click it or should I press enter?
It doesn't matter.
Alright. I'm
Uh-oh,
also gonna
it's
tilt
not,
this one this way.
Stream's not working for me yet. I can't
Stream's
see
not
it.
working for you?
Yeah, on Discord.
Did you stream it?
On Discord? Yes. You
Try
stream?
again.
It's just loading. It's just loading.
I'd love to see that.
7, 20, 30.
30. Go live.
Yeah, it should be working.
It's showing up on the stream.
Yep, now it's working.
Okay, now we're good. We're cooking. We're cooking.
Yay.
Nothing can stop us now.
Real.
Okay.
The Great Ace Attorney Adventures.
Maven adventures.
Alright, so the episode of the Great Departure. Sasato's sudden entrance.
So this is the one that we're
Yep,
on?
that's literally exactly where we left off.
Got it.
I'm so good at this.
boy with a ruby the size of a...
That's right. Ain't gonna say much, just have a fun
All
stream,
tangerine.
guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Oh, oi, governor. It's Ace Attorney Adventures, isn't it? Guys, so in the downtime since the last Ace Attorney stream, I watched Garth Marenghi's Dark Place. I watched the first 2 episodes. Holy shit, it was so fucking good. I love that show so much. Alright, we got this. Sorry, the mouse is on screen. I'm gonna move that off.
Here, do you want me to show you how to take it off permanently?
Yes, actually.
Well,
Oh my
I
God!
understand
Now it's
you
gone.
are a judicial... what?
Sorry, no, Red was just showing me how to remove the cursor from the screen. I'm learning technology as we go. Go on.
Ta-da.
Okay. Well, I understand you are the judicial assistant to the defense, but why is this sudden ingress in my courtroom?
Ha! A judicial assistant? And a woman, no less? The rules state that females are not permitted into the court of other than to testify.
Facts. Female!
Silence, female!
Yes, I fully understand. I ask for only 5 minutes of time. I have some vital evidence that I must hand over to the defense.
Ha! You're too late, little girl. This trial has already been concluded.
5 minutes. I will not allow a moment more.
But, Your Excellency!
I am most grateful.
Oh, damn. Who exactly are you?
I'm sorry, there's no time. Please, simply accept this for now.
What is it? A report about something. Written in English.
Mugman, more like Mug Day. Thank you peeing in your cereal. I hope you're having a wonderful day. That's actually their name.
Giselle Brett's research.
The English woman's?
After the trial resumed earlier, I hurried back to the university. I went to Dr. Wilson's laboratory in the medical faculty and borrowed this paper.
You know, this bench is getting a little bit crowded.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time breathing.
There's 3 of us in here, but it's alright, I won't be here for long.
It's also the same thing for real life. I'm having a hard time moving. Like,
Cry louder. Cry louder.
yeah.
Oh yes, that's right. Miss Brett was studying under the professor, wasn't she?
So, does this research, whatever it is, have something to do with the case?
I'm afraid I don't know. I haven't been able to listen to the proceedings of the trial myself.
Oh, no, of course not.
Special characteristics of a
Curare.
curare and its effect. Cool, I got it right. And its effects on the human subjects. Interesting.
I was gonna say curare. Curare? What's that? Never heard that word before.
It is curare.
Time's up! The prosecution demands the immediate removal of the female trespasser from the courtroom!
There was too little time for me to read it in detail, but I've summarized what I could on a note just inside the cover. If you think it could be valuable, please cast your eye over it.
This is wonderful. Thank you. This report has been entered into the court record.
Okay.
Goodbye then, and good luck.
Bye.
And now Red is... Oh, okay, you're actually leaving.
Oh,
You want my phone?
she just faced out of reality. Didn't know she
Okay,
could do
well,
that.
at least plug my phone in so that it doesn't die.
You have had long enough, Counsel. We cannot detain our English guest any longer.
Oh, wait, what about Brett?
I forgot about her.
I ask the prosecution and defense now one last time. Does either side have any further evidence to present to the court? I presume not, but...
The prosecution has made its case convincingly enough already. Nothing more to add, Your Excellency?
Ryunosuke, we're out of options here. This really is our very last chance.
Yes, I know. Your Excellency! The defense does have new evidence!
That look. The unyielding stare of a true Japanese warrior. Well, Miss Brett,
Come on back.
Move over.
Scoot forward.
Yes, Your Excellency.
if you wouldn't mind, perhaps you could grace us with your presence a little longer.
It's a delightful invitation, but I'm afraid it's not so very long until tea time. I'll have to politely decline.
Forgive me, Miss Brett. It seems I wasn't clear. I realize it was phrased as a question. However, I must ask you to treat that as an order.
I've said it many times before, but the Japanese language makes no sense.
My apologies, dear lady. So, Council,
I just slapped Mugman.
why?
Cause he banged the gavel.
Why?
Come on, you can move over and, like, chill, right?
What? Okay, girl, I can't be the one, like, be the only one leaning in.
I'm also leaning in.
You were not, no.
Do you
Synopsis:
see me
a
doing
poison
this?
made from the bark of certain trees in the jungles of South America. The hunters of the region have used it since ancient times to
By
incapacitate
the way,
their
I
prey.
did not read my line, but it was
You
like,
didn't?
what
It's
evidence
okay.
would you like to present? That's all it said.
Oh,
It's
okay,
okay.
got it.
TikTok Defense Council.
What's a tick-tock?
It's when time is counting down. It's referred to as onomatopoeia.
Hi!
I don't know.
Miss Giselle Brett, we understand you were studying under Dr. Wilson at Yumei University, doing research. Research, by sheer coincidence perhaps, into a deadly poison.
What?
Poison?
I can't believe that's the same person.
Where are you going with this, Council? A toxin known as curare, Your Excellency.
You almost said curare, didn't you?
Maybe. Even the slightest amount of this deadly poison entering the body leads to instant death.
What? What complete and utter nonsense! Curare, you say?
Yeah.
I never heard of it!
You wouldn't have done.
What do you mean?
I mean that you wouldn't have heard of curare before, for one very simple reason. It doesn't exist in our country.
It doesn't exist. Correct. Which means, no matter what tests the police can do for toxins, they'd never identify curare. Why? Because there is no test available here that can identify the presence of this highly deadly poison!
What?
Order! 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 Council, does this deadly poison truly exist? According to this report authored by the visiting research student from England,
This paper's crazy.
curare has long been used by the tribespeople of South America as a poison to lace their arrows. It seems that it's reasonably well enough. Goodness. It seems that it's reasonably well known among European doctors and scientists.
To lace their arrows?
The report states that it's been produced from an extract of tree that grows deep in the Amazonian jungle. And it was first brought back to Europe at the return of the century by explorers. It claims that animals shot by arrows laced with the curare suffer instant death. Doesn't that about sum it up, Miss Brett?
I love Hosonaga just like, ah!
Trumpery! These aspirations are utter trumpery! To start with, if the victim had been administered some of this so-called deadly poison, he wouldn't have been squirming and writhing in pain, and the other diners would have surely noticed.
That's true. What do you say to that, Inspector?
Obviously, I would have noticed a disturbance like that. I don't remember anything like that either. I didn't notice the professor being in any kind of pain. Thank you, Fanta!
No, that.
Let's woke as Biden re-get it right.
I hope you're having a wonderful day, Fanta. Thank you for sticking around for 7 whole months.
That's
Jesus.
so crazy.
I love your comments always. You always make me laugh. Thank you.
Always been a very welcome member of the stream.
For real. 07.
According to this, however, it's the other way around.
What do you mean, the other way around?
The The very fact that the victim didn't show any visible signs of distress is evidence that curare was used? Explain yourself, Counsel.
Papers.
The moment the toxin enters a person's system, it causes instant paralysis. In other words, afflicted victims lose all strength and are completely unable to move. Even if they were in total agony, there would be no visible signs of pain at all.
How terrible!
Obviously, if a man lost all strength in his muscles, he'd collapse on the floor. But with a chair under him for support, as Dr. Wilson did, the effects could go largely unnoticed.
But I don't follow, Kazuma. That's just paralysis. I thought the poison caused instant death.
The full explanation is extremely unpleasant. The poison causes immediate paralysis, as I said, leaving the victim unable to move. But after a short time, the paralysis is so severe, it causes the muscles that control respiration to fail.
Respiration?
In other words, the actual cause of death is suffocation.
No breathing?
And all the while... breathing, huh?
And he didn't give a fuck if he burned his hand. Brett, fuck. I had something there.
Burned his hand, huh? And all the while, the victim is conscious and aware, just unable to move.
That's hideous!
To the observer, it would look almost like the victim was slipping peacefully into an endless sleep. But for the victim himself, his final moments would be a living hell. That is the true nature of the deadly curare poison. Curare. Goodness.
It's alright, you got your point across.
Thank you. And you're suggesting this bottle, Counsel,
Whoops.
actually contains this terrifying poison?
This is all very convenient, isn't it? I hear the two unknown poison for which there is no means of testing. What a happy tale for the defense.
Ren! Get in here!
If I
She's in
may.
the green room.
All these facts! You think you're so clever!
It is you who must be told.
Of course. Dear lady!
So, this is how you Japanese behave, is it?
What?
You steal another's honest hard work and then announce the results as if you discovered them. I'm appalled! What a loathsome act!
Well, Miss Brett, the feeling is mutual.
Whatever do you mean?
Capitalizing on the unfortunate circumstances of an innocent man to frame him for a heinous crime. That really is a lonesome act. Wouldn't you agree?
Enough of this! I, for one, refuse to accept it. The idea of some poison that doesn't even exist in the great empire of Japan is breaking the rules!
What's so funny?
Oh, excuse me. Your Excellency.
Yes, Miss Brett.
May I borrow that bottle for a moment, please?
Well, yes, I don't see, why not?
Class.
Don't get too big for your boots, you insignificant little island boys.
We're not the island boys.
We're not the island boy.
Me and Kazuma are not the island boys.
Let's go with the accents, okay?
Me and
3,
Kazuma
and
are
go.
not the island boys.
We're the island boys!
Oh, now drink your tea. We're just a clever visual metaphor. This is more German
Are you
than
two
anything.
done?
Sorry.
To an English woman such as myself, this whole affair is a farcical comedy. Your little police games and these foolish court romantics. It's laughable, really. But I'm getting bored of it all now. It's time for the games to end. Cheers.
Wait! What are you doing?
No sparkle left at all. How appropriate for this shabby affair.
My suspicion is that the poison wears off, but like the actual chemicals become ineffective after some time.
You'll see.
But all right.
Goodness! Whatever is the matter? You all look quite stunned.
So, no curare. The bottle was clean. Is that what you're saying?
You look quite incredulous, little boy. But of course, that's the simple truth. Thank you for presenting the findings of my research so concisely here in this grand venue. Most kind. Thank you, waiter. Now then, Your Excellency.
Oh, yeah, yes, Miss Brett.
I should like to be excused now, please. I think I've given more than enough of my time for the furtherance of friendship between our countries.
Ah, yes, dear lady. We are most gratified with all the assistance you have given.
Me too.
This doesn't make sense. There had to have been poison in that bottle. So how? How did she swallow a whole glass and live to tell the tale? I don't understand it.
Well, I suppose if nothing else, this little Far Eastern charade will make for interesting conversation at the next party I attend in London.
There has to have been poison in that bottle, doesn't there? But there can't have been, because otherwise she would have keeled over dead. Come on, Girnosuke. We have all the clues now. That bottle of water.
Which one is it? They're just typing up a storm. Which one is it?
I want to look at
Judging.
something on the court
Apologize.
record.
Yeah, just like, look in the mod VC.
What's on the mod VC? I don't have my phone.
Been hiding the poison under her tongue.
The whole time!
Anyway.
The report, what's the report say?
This is the report.
Yeah. Giselle's report.
Poison made, hundreds of the reason, ancient time to incapacitate. Even in
Does it have
minute
a-
doses.
Minute doses.
Through a wound!
Oh, even...
So that could be through, like, the hole in his tooth.
Okay, due to its inability to render the human body supposed to be an anesthetic of a respiratory arrest.
Alright. Does it have poison?
I don't think it has poison, no. Not anymore, anyway.
False! It has poison.
It has poison?
It has,
Yes.
Yeah, it has, yes.
Or maybe it's still in there, but you just can't
It's an
get
Ace Attorney case.
It's an Ace Attorney game.
True. Sorry, no, I thought it was gonna be like, oh, well, actually, this is what it is. The culprit did put curare poison in Dr. Wilson's carbonated water.
It's the wounds, so it has to be because he had a wound in his shoulder or something.
Yeah. The defense refuses to change its position!
You serious?
Hey!
Fool! Are you blind?
Thank you, Sheldon, for the gifted membership.
Who got the membership?
I can't see.
I can't see it.
It's not showing who got it.
Shh. Arthix.
Oh, there we go.
Yay!
Arthix.
Welcome to the
There's
apprenticeship.
no possible way that bottle could contain poison. I mean, just saw.
Misbred drinking the water from it?
That's right. Which rather complicates your argument, I think.
And I believe that complication can be explained.
How exactly?
I need to think through all the things that don't quite add up here, one by one. I'm sure the answer is in the evidence we have in the court records somewhere. It has to be.
Very well. If the defense truly intends to assert this claim, then I must ask you to support the assertion with evidence. What explains how the witness was able to consume the subtly poisoned water unscathed? Medical report? Oh, sorry. My
Or
bad.
medical report?
Yeah.
This one?
Or the witness, rather. So Giselle.
Huh?
How did Giselle drink it?
Oh, how the witness was able to consume this supposedly poisoned water unscathed.
Is it not just a report again?
But what about this says that... Like, she would have... Like, through a wound, I guess.
Because it has to enter through a wound, and if it doesn't enter through a wound, then she's good. Just remember, they would put it at the end of arrows. arrow would
Right, and the way that it killed
it's
him...
a drink. It's a drink, but Wilson had, a toothache.
yeah, he had a tooth,
extraction.
like,
Therefore,
extraction.
if she doesn't have a wound, it won't hurt her.
Right,
Therefore, that's how she drank it unscathed.
right.
Actually, Aster, it's ergo.
Hey, go.
The answer to this riddle is right here in Miss Brett's own research report!
That's not a valid explanation.
No?
Isn't.
After all,
Back up a bit.
we don't speak English. The report is utter gibberish.
Good.
The impudent young scoundrel is trying to ridicule the court, Your Excellency.
I'm not trying to ridicule anyone. Honest. I'm just reading Susata-san's notes.
I concur. This report is too extensive to be considered in its entirety by the court. You will direct us to the pertinent section, counsel. Which section of the report reveals the alleged answer to this riddle?
Would it be practical
Special
applications?
characteristic. No, I think it's special characteristics.
Special characteristics. Yeah, through
Wounds.
wounds. There it is. So it is special characteristics.
Yeah.
Special characteristics. We've been hearing a lot about this curare poison. And it's left me curious about something.
Oh, counsel?
Well, it sounds as though indigenous hunters have been using this poison for years and years to lace the heads of the arrows that they shoot at whatever prey they're hunting.
So we've been led to believe, yes.
And the point of hunting is to catch prey to eat.
Get to the point, please!
But if they were to use these laced arrows, doesn't that mean there would be traces of poison left in the prey the hunters were going to eat?
Yes, good point.
So surely the hunters wouldn't want to eat their prey, would they? Because then they'd be eating poison.
Good gracious, counsel. No, that would be madness.
But I actually found the answer to that conundrum in this research paper here. Under special characteristics, it says this. The poison starts to work after entering the body through a wound.
Through a wound, you say? I see. That makes sense.
Yes, the mention of that particular detail seemed a little strange to me, though. But it all makes sense when you interpret what's written in like this. When curare enters the body through an open wound, it has terrifying poisonous effects. However, when it enters the body via the mouth, it has no poisonous effects whatsoever!
What?
Miss Brett, you authored this research. You knew curare's special characteristics. And you knew that you could make a spectacle of drinking that water without any danger to yourself!
You meddling little
Oh shit!
rapscallion!
The bird's up!
Bird up!
Bird up!
Inosuke, it turns out you're an even better lawyer than I thought you'd be.
Really? Me? A lawyer?
Oh! All this poison talk is fascinating, I'm sure!
Josh, what was that? Oh!
Okay, I gotta listen back to it quickly.
Hi, chat. Can we please clip that?
Someone please clip that. Can we guys clip
Relax.
that for
You
me?
don't have to get that close.
Oh, we can get that close. Can someone please clip that for me?
Oh my god. That's so
How embarrassing.
Oh,
So, the ill-bred little puppy has a new toy to play with. Some facts he read in a book. But I'm afraid knowledge doesn't suit you, little boy. It only makes you look silly.
what are you trying to say?
Your schoolboyish logic has a fatal flaw.
Schoolboyish?
flaw.
As even your brain has managed to deduce, curare is safe to ingest. It seems likely that its effects are neutralized by the acidic nature of the gastric succus.
Oh, yes, well, of course. Gastric suckers? What are they?
So, if this lethal poison is completely harmless when drunk, the professor wouldn't have died when he swallowed it, would he?
That's right!
Who's clipping?
Good gracious.
Oh, you're clipping. Thank you, Sid.
That's basic science. Science that even a schoolboy should be able to understand, no?
Order in the court. Order. The logic holds. If the lady and the professor drank the same poison, they would be affected in the same way.
Huh? Are you trying to suggest?
Yes! This curare poison is completely irrelevant to the case on trial!
That's right! Surely even a little cockroach like you could understand something as simple as that!
Ooh, here it comes.
What is this? Welling up inside me. I've never felt like this before. It's a sort of conviction to break down all the discrepancies. It's so intense, almost rage-like. And more than anything else, it's an animalistic desire to take down my prey.
Woo!
I don't think so, Miss Giselle Brett.
How dare you use that tone with me?
You know very well that there is no fatal flaw here. You know exactly why, even though both you and the victim swallowed the same poison. You are alive, but Dr. Wilson is dead.
Counsel, I'm sure I don't need to remind you, you must provide compelling evidence. As we know, that this poison is completely harmless when ingested. Why would Dr. Wilson alone have been killed by the curare?
Medical report
It's the medical report.
That's the one.
Oh shit! As Miss Brett so readily pointed out, she drank the same water as the professor. However, there was a fundamental and fatal difference between the two diners.
A fatal difference.
The toxic effects of curare are only felt when the poison enters the body through an open wound. So, for a healthy person with no injuries, drinking it is completely harmless. But what if there was a wound inside the mouth of the person drinking the poisoned water?
Inside?
Yes, like the wound you might have if you had just been to the dentist and had a tooth extracted, for example.
Hi, can we get another clip, please?
Hey guys, can we please clip that? Miss Brett! You've acknowledged many times in your testimony already that you were well aware of Dr. Wilson's dental appointment that day.
So that's it. You used that knowledge to orchestrate this.
Is she laughing?
I don't like to repeat myself, but honestly, I can't resist. These childish courtroom games and your half-baked arguments are all so puerile.
I don't know how to pronounce that word.
Real? I've never seen that. What do you mean?
Don't worry, little schoolboy. You'll find out soon enough.
Whoa.
You see, when you leave vital evidence lying around, you never know what might happen to it.
No!
I mean, it could just slip. Oh dear. How careless of me. I'm afraid some crucial evidence may have just been tragically destroyed.
No!
What is it? What just happened?
It's the English woman! She just smashed that bottle!
Under the Supreme Court, what a terrible blunder!
Officer, what are you waiting for? Collect up as much of the water from that broken bottle as possible at once.
You're wasting your time. This delightful carpet under my feet here was a gift from the British Empire. I assure you, it will soak up the water beautifully. You have neither the technology nor the presence of mind to recover it.
How could you? You won't get away with this!
You can thump the bench and shout as much as you like, little boy. But I'm afraid we'll never know now, will we? If there really was poison in the bottle, or not.
You!
And let us not forget, we still have some very compelling evidence left intact. Isn't that right, counsel for the prosecution?
Oh, of course. You're referring to this photographic print, I presume, dear lady.
Curare. That's right. And really, looking at this photograph, it's as clear as day, isn't it? The poor professor was sitting with his back to me. So of course, the only person who could have shot him from the front is the little schoolboy.
No! You killed the victim that day, using curare. And then, in order to frame Ryunosuke Naruhodo for the crime. You waited until he picked up the pistol you arranged for him to find on the floor, before you shot the professor's dead body in the chest with your own hidden gun. Then, in the confusion that followed, all you had to do was turn the dead professor and his chair around. You see? You had every opportunity to commit this crime.
What a wonderful imagination you have, young man. A hidden gun, you say? And I shot the professor's dead body, did I? Well, I'm terribly sorry, but you don't have a shred of evidence.
Exactly. And as you had nothing to support your wild claims, the prosecution's stance remains unchanged. The victim, John H. Wilson, was killed by a gunshot to the chest. Delivered in cold blood by the accursed Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
This is unbelievable! How can this be happening? We had her! But now, is she really going to get away with it? The way she destroyed that evidence was obscene!
Ryunosuke,
Yes?
we've come this far, but now you're the only one who can finish it.
What? What do you mean?
We've lost a vital piece of evidence, it's true. So, if there are any clues left for us now, to use now, they must be in your head.
In my head?
You told me before that your powers of observation were the one thing you could really depend on.
Well, yes, that's true, but I didn't manage to notice that this woman was a foreigner with a swan on her head.
So think it back again now. Try to remember every last detail about the scene that day. Everything you saw, everything you felt, every color, every smell.
What I saw, what I felt. Every color.
Whoa!
Cosimo, right? Somewhere in the vibrant memory of the same scene in my head. Could there be another clue to expose the identity of Dr. Wilson's killer?
No.
There's always a clue!
There's nothing. I don't know, man. Like, I think...
shame.
Don't actually say it.
Yeah, I know. Actually, Kazuma, I think I might have something. Thinking back over everything I saw, I think I might have uncovered another clue.
You always have something up your sleeve, don't you, Ryunosuke? Come on, then! Let's wipe the smug smile off that Englishwoman's face with some evidence!
Alright, I can't wait! It's been niggling me for a while, that's...
Calm down.
What kind of word is niggling?
Calm down!
It's been niggling me for a while that something feels amiss in my memories of that day. Whatever it is could be the key to arriving at the truth about all this.
Wow, I wonder what could it be?
Here somewhere. The clue that shows who Dr. Wilson's real killer must have been is... shit. The blood. Inspector Hosonaga, answer me this.
A fork.
Yes? What is it?
Wait,
He's still miles away. Probably thinking about that bottle being smashed.
me too, man.
As you've said a number of times now, you strive for perfection in your investigations, don't you? Absolutely. I wonder, therefore, if perhaps you took anything else from the scene of the crime. Like, for instance, the plate of steak you took to the victim's table that day?
Wait a minute!
Oh shit, Red, get back here.
Where are you going with this little boy?
It's just a memory that's been troubling me.
What memory?
I saw the scene shown in this photographic print with my own eyes that day. And I saw that on the wooden base of the plate that the steak was served on was a spattering of blood.
What?
Oh, really? And what of it? Obviously, that must have happened when you shot the professor.
No, that can't be the case. Take a good look at the photograph and the relative position of everything there. The plate of steak is almost directly behind the victim. If I'm supposed to have shot Dr. Wilson in the chest from the front, there's no way that the blood from the victim could have ended up directly behind him!
Ah!
Yes. For the blood to have made it onto the plate implies the plate was between the victim and the shooter. Which means the shooter must have been sitting opposite the professor, as you were. Giselle Brett!
I beg your pardon?
This is beyond ridiculous, fabricated nonsense. Is the court seriously expected to believe something the accused has apparently just remembered seeing?
Oh.
This could be the moment that my entire career in the police force has been leading to. Inspector, you mean... Yes, I took the plate, in the interests of preserving evidence from the scene of the crime. I took it, meat and all, and I don't care if they call me a crime scene thief because of it.
You did what?
I took the steak that you had been eating, Miss Brett. I took the steak that the sergeant had been eating. And I did it all, in the name of justice! Then we can find out for sure whether or not there's a blood stain on Miss Brett's plate! We must examine it! Now!
Inspector, the court wishes to examine the plate from the victim's table immediately.
Yes, sir!
There's two of us now.
Cool.
Yes, the
Sorry for the delay. Here is what you ordered. The steak. Well, what about the blood? Is there blood on it?
Of course there isn't!
Quickly, Inspector. The blood man. Show the court.
Of course. Examine the plate at your leisure.
Fuck!
No. No blood. No blood anywhere. But no, that's impossible! Ah! Oh, my back! I know I saw it. I'm sure of it. It was right there on the table behind the professor. There was blood on the side of the plate.
What an unbecoming expression, little boy! You see, this is why I always say you can't trust what the Japanese tell you.
That's fucking crazy.
I couldn't agree more. That's even crazier. In case of this disgrace to the Empire.
I believe we finally have reached a conclusion in this trial.
Let's hope so. This let's pretend attempt at courtroom proceedings is painful to watch. But I do promise to do my best to forget all about it when it's over.
Ha! This sorry-looking steak reveals the facts of all too clearly. If the sorry-looking accused wishes to examine it again, be my guest.
We're gonna examine it.
Oh yeah, y'all need to examine it like right now. It's really funny.
Was the plate I saw, or thought I saw, just a figment of my imagination? No, because it's in the court record and we're gonna examine it. So. Fuck, wait, how do I flip it? Okay. What should I examine? The bull.
Yeah, and then examine the steak.
This emblem on the side of the plate. Is it a cat?
It's a cow, obviously. Most likely because the restaurant's signature dish is a beef steak. It seems a lot of different restaurants have their own unique tableware.
So this is the symbol of La Carnival, is it? The steak. It looks like the state of Texas. What the fuck? Huh? What in the world is this?
I think it's a Koban point. Koban coin. And the hallmark is from Koban. It's a Koban. It's how to do with an Koban coin. And the hallmark is from the Hoe era, I believe.
No, I don't mean what is it? I mean, what's it doing there? Wait, did you say it was a Hoe Koban?
Yes, and apart from the meat juices, it looks to be in good condition. I imagine it's very valuable.
This isn't the first time today that there's been talk of a Hoe Koban.
I've heard of pearls before swine, but I've never heard of a bullion before a bullion. A bullon.
Such a good translation.
Buillon, yeah. A bullion.
And I don't think you
bullion.
ever will again. This is extraordinary, though. This means...
I certainly never expected to find a precious coin underneath a thick cut of meat. And it's from the Hoe era, too. That could make it really quite valuable.
It's well marinated in the juices as well, look!
What? Are you thinking of eating it?
No, but the next time I order a steak in an expensive restaurant, one thing's for sure. My heart's going to be racing as I lift up the meat and peer underneath for a prize.
I think you might have the wrong end of the stick about this, Ryunosuke.
Koban coin underneath the steak. There's only one logical explanation. Okay, so clearly we did our job. Surely.
Yeah. Have to reinvestigate it later.
This is it now. I've lost.
Ryunosuke, it's not over yet. Not until the final gavel. Never stop believing in yourself. Keep looking forward no matter what.
My body feels heavy. Believe in myself? Really? Maybe I should at least examine the evidence for myself.
As the evidence requested by the defense has not been shown to be problematic in any way, I presume any further examination of evidence in this trial will be unnecessary. Does the defense have any objection?
That bloodstain was going to clinch the trial for me. Can this plate of steak reveal any other clues at all? There's another clue! Your Excellency, please, wait! This plate of beef is hiding another clue! Another clue that will reveal the shocking truth! More at 11.
The only thing that's shocking here is your unhealthy fascination with beef steak.
Red, get in here. Get over here!
I was lying down, I have a stomachache.
Your Excellency, I think I've made myself clear, haven't I? I will not be able to turn a blind eye to any more unnecessary procrastination in this trial. Blah 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 blah.
I'm sorry, Miss Brett, but we must ensure a thorough examination of the evidence. I will not give a ruling until I'm completely satisfied that all reasonable doubt has been dispelled.
I see. As a newly affirmed ally of my country, that's still your position, is it?
Thank you, Your Excellency. Excellency.
Counsel for the defense. You will now clearly show the court to what you are alluding. Where precisely on this plate of beefsteak is the new clue to be found?
I just really wanted to hear you say that. A steak.
I think we're gonna say it again.
Skip.
I think that's a Koban coin.
I don't mean, what is it? Oh my god!
How did we get back here again? I must have had a stroke.
A coin!
Okay, go into...
I certainly never expected to find a precious coin underneath this thick cut of meat.
fuck, I have to just... Well, marinated in the juices, it's coin. No, but the next time I order a steak in an expensive restaurant, one thing's for sure, my heart's gonna be racing. As I lift up the meat purity for a prize.
This conversation cannot be interpreted as a euphemistic assertion of anything else.
Of course not.
Kobe beef?
Good gracious, that's,
Koban?
Red?
What on earth?
Ahoy, or one at that. Miss Brett. You might need to come back. This is in fact the beef steak that you ordered at the restaurant on the day in question, is it? Tell me, why is there an old coin seemingly hidden underneath the meat?
That's a ridiculous question. How should I know? I've never seen that thing before in my life. I don't know what this is, but I want no part of it.
I fail to see how this is relevant. A coin under the meat? That could simply have been a careless mistake by the chef in a moment of distraction.
Don't be absurd! We're supposed to believe this happened by accident in the kitchen. A rare Hoe Kaban just happens to be hidden underneath a piece of steak. If this turns out to be irrelevant to the case, I'll rip up my ticket to Great Britain right now.
He's right. It can't be a coincidence. Your Excellency!
yes, Counsel?
A rare Hoe Koban just happens to be hidden underneath that piece of steak? If this turns out to be irrelevant to the case, I'll give up my lawyer job right here!
By all means, don't let us stop you. No one invited you anyway.
I'd come back.
Perhaps, little boy, you should realize that it is you who is irrelevant.
Even though I'm the one on trial here. The point is, it's essential that we ask the owner of this coin if he can explain what it's doing under that steak.
The owner?
Yes, it's obvious. There's only one person it can belong to. The owner of the koban that was found underneath the beefsteak is... ballsack looking face. Curare! Obviously, it can only be the antiques dealer and owner of Rasute, Kiryo Correcto-san.
Idiot. As in, Mr. Cucumber something. Honestly, these ridiculous Japanese names are quite unfathomable.
She's kind of real in this game, though.
Just an attorney.
Also, what was that? I couldn't hear you. You're a bit far away.
Idiot! As in Mr. Cucumber something. Honestly, these ridiculous Japanese names are quite unfathomable. Was that good enough for you?
What?
Yeah. Yes. The old man who testified earlier alongside the military sergeant, correct?
Yes, Your Excellency.
I remember him saying that he was up to something with his Koban coin when it happened. At exactly the moment the gun was fired.
The gunshot interested me not. I was far too busy on the floor. Too busy on the floor? Sorry, what were you doing? Hunting for treasure.
Indeed! The Hoya Koban, my prized coin.
Then this Hoa era Koban. Do you mean to tell me?
No, please! Why would, Kurikuta-san's Koban be sandwiched between the victim's beefsteak and its plate? It makes no sense!
Which is why I'm asking to bring Corrector-san back to the witness stand so we can ask him.
Officer, bring both witnesses that testified earlier back here.
Ren, you gotta come back.
No! You do it!
Without a moment's delay.
I have to be sergeant guy?
One of you do it.
Got it. Judge can be
the Jameson voice.
Yeah, I can do this fucking voice the whole time, it's all good.
I can't believe we've come back around to that pair again. But I have a hunch, a strong hunch, that if we chase down the real significance of this koban, we'll find that it's a key element in the case. How did the witness stand grow even longer? How did they do this?
What's all this about? Why have I been called up again? Don't you realize that it's dinner time for my little baby Ido? When my son's belly is empty, he's fierce with that pack of wolves!
Exploited by the police we were, like miserable dogs forced to bear false witness. And when cast from this courtroom, myself I became a ruined man in a trice, a worthless, withered antique. Nothing more have I to say. The sun has set on this Rasate shop owner's existence.
Be that as it may, Korekute-san, something has come to light that requires your clarification. As far as your, what?
Yes, that's it! That's the one! The very exact one that it is! The resplendent, splendiferous whole treasure that my rusty bones managed to misplace that fateful day!
It can't be!
As I thought.
Young man! There's no need to feel sass, I said, young man! Sass rhymes with ass, I said, young man. Enlighten this decrepit old fool. Put me out of my misery. Where was my treasure? Where was it dropped?
Oh, I'm not sure if it was dropped anywhere.
We found your coin sandwiched between a beef steak and its plate, soaking in the seasoned meat's juices.
Sandwiched? Soaking? Seriously?
Clearly, it couldn't have fallen there by accident. Which means somebody must have hidden it there on purpose.
Somebody concealed my Hoei treasure between a slab of meat and a metal plate. Who would do such a thing? Such an unconscionable thing!
Excuse me. Could I say something? Yes, of course.
Proceed, Inspector Hosonaga.
I mentioned this earlier on in the trial, but I was working undercover in the restaurant in order to investigate another case.
Ah, yes, that's right. The secret undercover operation.
La Carnival is a high-class Western cuisine restaurant. It attracts wealthy diners, including many foreigners. Recently, there's been a run of similarly executed thefts targeting the restaurant's rich clientele. A number of such incidents have been reported to the police bureau.
Wicked crimes indeed.
Wicked.
By the way, Aster, what does Fen look like on your end before with like the freak out and stuff? I'm curious.
What do you mean?
Oh, just like how's Fen acting? Like what does Fen look
Oh,
like?
my
What are they
like
doing?
physical?
Physicality.
Sometimes they copy the character sprites.
I do the same.
I do too.
Yeah, Ren does it more than me.
Yeah, I talk with my hand. I think I sent y'all a little video.
Hold on, Look, man, could you just relay what I'm saying?
Yes. I'm sure they can hear you still.
Ah!
You don't need to yell, it's alright.
No, whenever I talk, sometimes it goes
Okay.
Oh, okay, sure. I'll relay it for you.
But I recorded myself doing.
Ren recorded herself
I
doing...
recorded myself doing Eustace a little while back when we were still playing Ace Attorney Investigations, and I moved so much for him. I was like pointing to myself and doing all of these grand hand gestures. It was super fun. Mugman moves a lot less than I do.
I'm very stationary.
Yeah. I think the most movement that you do is just moving away and closer to the mic.
Pretty much, yeah.
Anyway.
Please get some rest. We wanted to nip the case in the bud quickly, especially with so many foreigners being affected. So that's why you were sent in undercover, is it? Yes. I took on the job of a waiter at the restaurant in order to flush out the criminal. It seems likely that this Korban incident is the work of the same thief.
So unbeknownst to us, there was a master thief at work in the restaurant on a regular basis. The place was already the scene of several crimes, it seems.
I don't know about the master thief part, but... the identity of the person who stole and hid Caelestis' Korban is all too clear.
What?
I think the court would like to hear the defense's view on this matter.
Master Chief. Sir, hiding the Hoera
I don't want to
Korban.
hear Master Chief anymore. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Hosonaga? Is it Hosonaga?
Obviously, it can only be you. Sergeant Diasanosa!
Hell! How dare you monster!
Monster?
How should I feel? Creatures like this. I stole that Korban, did I? I think I'm like 100 years too early for that song. I'm the master thief of La Carnival, am I? You're seriously accusing me of these crimes, cadet? I'm gonna shove this... but it wasn't me, it was Otto! Otto was the mastermind behind all this!
Gotta back up, it's too loud.
It is?
I could just tell by looking at it.
You would push the blame for your crimes onto your own son, an innocent little baby? It's you who's the monster, Sergeant Nosa!
Clippity, 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 club, clippity, club, clippity, club.
Nippon Imperial Armory. Sergeant Yasanosa, preparing to stand down in the Supreme Court! Sir! I forgot that happened. Do any of you know of the extraordinarily low wages the Nippon Imperial Army pays those it expects to keep our country safe?
I understand the temporary increase in taxation owing to the recently ended conflicts remains in place. And I have heard it's hard for low-ranking soldiers to make a living, yes?
All I want is to put a hot meal on the table for my son.
That's why you were stealing things at the restaurant.
The place is heaving with money. Every 3 days I go there and do reconnaissance for a target. And I'd enjoy chopping my way through a good steak at the same time.
Sounds like he doesn't bother with a knife and fork even, which is worryingly believable.
And your target. The day the old man and his Korban.
Yes, sir. He was an easy mark. I I slipped the coin into my pocket without any trouble at all.
Oh, a veritable phantom thief you are.
I was all set to leave the steak I was halfway through devouring when it happened. Yes, when the professor was shot. I knew that if the police conducted a search and found the coin in my pocket, I'd be finished. I know too. So I hid the incriminating evidence as fast as I could. On the double. I slipped it under the steak, hoping that I'd be able to rendezvous with it again at a later date.
I will fucking kill you. I will kill you. You don't want to see what happens when my ear grows 3 times in size, bitch. Do you really want to play these games? I'll fucking get your ass. Fucking bitch. I'm gonna slap you.
Who is saying this?
Oh, that's me.
Aster.
I heard that female
Yeah, I heard
sound.
the female
Oh,
sound.
this is ridiculous. Perhaps you could carry on with this absurd prattling in your own time.
Well, Miss Brett.
Oh, of course, dear lady, of course! How rude of us! I'm quite sure there's no need to detain you any longer at all.
Praise the sun!
Ow! That fucking hurt!
Then why did you do it?
I wanted to look cool! May the esteemed gentleman please me excuse your excellency!
You looked stupid!
Indeed, he does look stupid.
Fun fact.
The theft
Did
of
you
the
know that
Koban
the correct
was
way... Did you know that the correct way to say stupid in British is stupid?
Stupid. Yeah.
You look stupid.
Yeah, you look stupid.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You've heard of ballsack head, now get ready for ballsack ears.
You don't want to know how many sacks I have, buddy. I am full of sacks, head to
The
toe.
theft of the Koban was clearly perpetrated by this baby-saddled sergeant.
I am also a collector of sacks. That's good. That's why they call me correctly.
Oh my god. It would certainly appear to be unrelated to Dr. Wilson's murder.
Can you stop talking? Actually, can she leave just so I can lay down?
Of course it is. Hiding a coin under a lump of meat. The sheer nonsense of such an idea astounds me.
Nonsense, is it? Well, oof. Oof!
And as for picking up your steak and biting into it without using a knife and fork, it's beyond nonsense. It's pure madness.
Very well. Now that all the questions concerning this witness's testimony have been answered,
I'm fucking leaving.
Ta-ta.
I see no further justification for detaining her.
Wow, Aster has a shared motivation.
Shared motivation with the racist British lady.
That is unrelated. That is specifying. I'm talking in a broad sense.
That's unrelated to the case, yeah.
Miss Brett, you are free to leave.
Now stop talking.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Good luck, everyone. And good day.
Is this bitch for real?
I love this guy so much. He's just like, are you fucking kidding me?
Rinosuke, what's the matter with you? This is no time for daydreaming.
Oh, no, it's just... something about Miss Brett's parting words there got me thinking. Can't quite work out exactly what, but something she said jarred with me. I feel like there was a contradiction in there somewhere. Something didn't quite add up.
I forgot what you said.
If that's the case, don't just stand there thinking. Make your voice heard.
Sorry?
You can think later, but if you don't call up now, it'll be too late. The trial will be over.
Wait! Miss Brett!
What is it now?
Brett said that line, not Brett.
I'm afraid, just one last time. There's something I'd like to ask you. I'd like you to explain the contradiction in your parting words from just a few moments ago.
What are you talking about? What's contradiction?
Move over.
Sorry! What stupid nonsense is this?
Well, what parting words are you talking about, Inosuke?
I also forgot what she said, so this is a good thing.
Hiding a coin under a lump of meat. The sheer nonsense of such an idea astounds me. And as for picking up your steak and biting into it without using a knife and fork, it's beyond nonsense. It's pure madness.
Yes, I'm right. What she said there exposed an undeniable contradiction.
I'm going to need to see evidence, Counsel. If Miss Brett's words truly are contradictory, where is the evidence to prove it?
Gotta be in one of the
The
photos,
steak
right?
plate. I guess the steak plate?
Would it be on the steak
Yeah, the
plate?
photo. Or the photo. I think
Or the
either.
photo?
Maybe.
Which photo, though? The photograph of the victim?
The one with the steak. The crime scene photograph.
I think this
Isn't
one
it?
works. Well, this is it.
Wait, what's the other
there.
one? What's the
The other one is the photograph of the hand.
No, the one in the middle.
No, the one in the middle there.
Oh,
yeah,
hello.
that one where it shows the steak.
Okay, but the thing she's like, oh, but it's bitten into without using a knife and fork, but the knife and fork here is steak.
Yeah. I guess it's good
You're
enough.
right.
Go
No
for
one
it.
eats a steak like that.
I mean, clearly he does.
I don't know. I went to Texas Roadhouse. Some people there were
I
crazy.
mean, you can literally look at it, because I mean, when you cut into it with a knife, the lines are straight, and those are
No,
bite
that's
marks.
what I mean. Like,
So, boom, that one, isn't it?
could I?
The photograph. Jesus Christ! I just blanked out. I was like looking at it, and I was thinking, "Oh right, that's me."
The photographic print of the scene taken immediately after the incident occurred.
What's interesting is the plate of steak that you can see on the victim's table.
The steak that Miss Brett had been eating before the professor was killed, yes? Go on.
More accurately, Your Excellency. The steak that was on the victim's table just before the professor was killed.
Now you're just splitting hairs.
Not true. Doesn't something about the steak strike you as very unnatural?
Unnatural? What on earth do you mean?
It's extremely obvious. I'm talking about the shape of the edge where it's been eaten. I see you've noticed this too, Miss Brett.
Notice what exactly, Counsel?
Just a few moments ago, Miss Brett claimed no Englishman could even contemplate picking up a steak and biting into it without using a knife and fork.
Of course she did. She's a refined English gentlewoman herself.
Then take a good look at this steak, in particular the edge where it's been eaten.
Eaten.
As you can see, there are clearly defined barbaric teeth marks there.
Ah!
Oh.
It looks like Miss Brett has realized something.
So, if the witness, as she claims, wouldn't contemplate eating anything without using a knife and fork, there shouldn't be teeth marks in the steak at all. Damn it.
But what is your actual point? Perhaps the delightful Miss Brett was ravenously hungry.
Oh, new sprite.
Oh, whatever you say, dear lady.
Bro, get him.
She
Get
said,
him.
shut up, and he was just like, okay.
Bro, get
Okay,
him
queen.
a fucking leash. Jesus.
As I said, I really must be leaving now. Afternoon tea with the Minister of Justice cannot possibly wait any longer.
Of course. This will be all over in the blink of an eye. Rest assured, I'm about to put this rookie in his place.
Shut up! I've had enough. You irritating little spectacled samurai relic!
Of course, dear lady!
What's the matter, Miss Brett? Have we ruffled your feathers?
Clearly, the witness knows what this means. She's realized the catastrophic implications these teeth marks and the stake have for her.
Ryunosuke, do you know where you're going with this?
Yes. Now at last it all comes together. The mysterious teeth marks and a steak that had allegedly been eaten with cutlery. The reason why the bloodstain I know I saw somehow seems to have disappeared. And most importantly, the evidence that proves once and for all who shot Dr. Wilson that day.
I accept that these teeth marks in the stake are a little unnatural, as you put it, Counsel. But what exactly are you suggesting that tells us?
Everything, Your Excellency.
Everything?
Yes, I believe that these barbaric teeth marks in the stake here amount to conclusive evidence in this case. Evidence that will prove beyond any doubt who shot Dr. Wilson.
Conclusive evidence! How many times have I heard that today? You wouldn't know the meaning of the phrase! Typical Japanese empty threats!
How can you be so sure?
Oh, it's quite simple. If you really had such conclusive evidence, you would have presented it to the court long ago.
Actually, the evidence I'm talking about hasn't been brought before the court yet.
Hasn't been? What?
But just because it hasn't been shown yet, doesn't mean that the evidence does not exist.
This is absurd! The trial has spent several hours already, and you say there's evidence yet to be brought forward? There can't be! I don't believe you have it!
I don't! But there is someone who does have it! Someone in this very courtroom! And if that person is willing to submit the piece of evidence I'm referring to, it will solve every remaining mystery about this case!
Very well. Oh, indigestion.
Wake up, Your Excellency!
I have a feeling this will be my last request of the defense in this trial. Who possesses the conclusive evidence that will reveal the truth about this whole affair?
The not Hosonaga?
Yep, Hosonaga.
The answer is obvious. It's Inspector Hosonaga. What? I have it? Yes. You think I've been withholding conclusive evidence? That's ridiculous. I'm not coughing.
It's okay, he coughs for you.
No, I'm not saying that! Everyone's attention has been focused on this stake with the teeth marks.
Yes.
Now, earlier this afternoon, Sergeant Nosa told the court the following. I'd enjoy trumping my way through a good steak. As well as admitting to stealing Correcta-san's coin, he told us that he slipped it under the stake. You watch it, cadet, I'm a superior officer. Sergeant Nosa, could you please confirm something for me? Was the stake that you put the coin under, in fact, your own stake? Attention! Affirmative, of course! I might be a soldier in the Imperial Nippon Army, but still. I'm not brave enough to ask a foreign gentle lady if she'd mind me manhandling her meat to hide something in it.
What the fuck?
That's fucking crazy. I'm sorry.
I need water.
Wait, hold on. Say it with me, darling. 3, 2, 1. That's fucking sick.
Oh. wanted to say.
No, it's
That's
okay.
fucking sick.
Hold on. Let's say it with me.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
That's fucking sick.
That was awful, by the way.
Huh?
Play. Anyway.
Yo, you clicked off the game. Fuck. Okay.
Meal, not meat.
The steak.
It said meal, not meat. Did we all read it as meat?
Wait, did it say?
It said meal. It didn't say meat. Manhandle.
Mug, you Freudian slip right there.
Clip that shit. Oh my fucking god.
No.
Slip of the tongue.
A slip of the tongue.
Quite possibly one of the worst.
Did everybody read it wrong? That's so fucking funny.
We all read it wrong.
I was just listening to Mug. I didn't pay attention to the line.
My man fucking said.
In other words, the steak that the detective submitted as evidence earlier was in fact Sergeant Nosa's meal.
But that makes no sense! That plate was taken from the victim's table.
Yet the gentlewoman didn't take bites out of her steak, nor did she have any opportunity to steal the coin.
Of course I didn't steal it. To even suggest such a thing would be an affront to the entire British Empire.
Well then, how do you explain this paradox?
Exactly! Surely you're not going to suggest that the sergeant switched the two steaks over? You did switch the plates?
Well, after it happened, when I saw the civilian had been murdered right in front of my eyes like that, I panicked. As I said, I immediately lifted my stake and hid the coin underneath it. But then when the waiter announced he was an undercover policeman, I thought I'd had it. If he decided to investigate my slab of meat, that'd be it. I'd be getting my marching orders. So when the cadet here was arrested and taken off to the kitchen, I seized my chance. With military precision and timing, I switched my steak with the one on the foreign lady's table.
What? You can't have. I never saw you do such a thing.
It was called Operation Lightning Bolt. There was no time for strategic planning. I'm gonna move my boom arm again. There we go. It was do or die, I tell you. So yes, I did what had to be done.
Unbelievable!
However, fear not, Prosecutor Sand.
What now?
I swear on the brass buttons of my uniform, that is all I did. Sir!
All you did? That's plenty, Sergeant!
So, if Sergeant Nosa switched the plates over, it means he took Miss Brett's steak, and the plate it was on, back to his own table.
Yes, that follows.
Inspector Hosonaga! Yes? Earlier in this trial, you told the court this. You said that you had not only taken Miss Brett's steak after the incident, but also the sergeant's. That, to preserve evidence, you had taken both.
Ah!
That's correct. Then please present it to the court now. The plate that was actually on the victim's table at the precise moment he was shot!
What can that possibly tell us now? I mean, a cold slab of tough meat. It can't have the slightest bearing on the case.
No! You're not wriggling your way out of this one this time, lady.
I beg your pardon?
Surely you're not that forgetful. Surely you remember the reason why this steak pan promises to prove such a problem for you, no?
You're the ones who decided it was a problem, not me.
The reason the defense asked to see that plate was to confirm something the defendant remembers seeing.
Thinks he remembers.
I'm quite sure of what I saw, Miss Brett. On the side of the plate that was on the table directly behind Dr. Wilson, there was a clear spattering of blood from the gunshot wound to the victim's chest.
I believe the defendant's memory serves him well. And now we have the evidence to prove it. The plate you were eating from, Miss Brett.
Let us not prolong this any further. Inspector, you will show the evidence to the court. Present the beef steak and plate that was originally on the victim's table at the time of the incident.
Yes, sir! Sorry for keeping you.
What if he sneezed on that?
Here is the other steak and its plate. Please, feel free to examine it.
Look at that shit. That clean line and the blood stain.
The blood stain. It's clearly visible, look! Now this makes everything clear. The blood you could see on this side of the plate shows that at the moment the victim was shot, he was facing the table, with his back to me.
In other words, it's impossible for Naruhodo-san to have shot the victim.
It can't be!
In fact, there's only one person who could possibly have shot Dr. Wilson from the front. I'm sure everyone knows by now who that person is. That's right. Miss Giselle Brett. It's you!
How done. Are you Japanese? Me? A Japanese schoolboy? No. No. No!
Oh, Bert's fucking. Ah! Holy shit, she died! She ascended to heaven!
And my work here is done.
Thanks, Red. See ya.
Good day, everyone.
Well done. You worked.
You
all
worked
that
super
out
hard. Thank you, Daddy.
For that
Give me
one
that damn
bit.
water.
That was really good.
Wow. Fanta says, wow, death by devious front shot couldn't be me. Oh, god damn it. Okay, well, you're not done yet.
Fuck up! Sorry.
Please excuse my little outburst. I briefly lost my composure. Most unbecoming behavior for an English gentlewoman. Forgive me.
Well, Miss Brett, I think it's time you told the court what actually happened that day. The truth this time.
Gladly, Your Excellency.
Move over.
Alright. All you, girly.
It was I who took the professor's life, using curare. As you surmised, I chose that particular day for one very important reason. The professor had a dental appointment for the extraction of one of his teeth in the morning.
So you plan to kill the professor, knowing that no trace of poison will be found in his water. Because curare is unheard of here in Japan.
Yes. Of course, I never intended to remain at the restaurant for as long as I did. I only needed to see the professor take one tiny sip of his water and it would all be over. I would place the steak I had ordered in front of him to make it appear as though he had been dining alone, and leave immediately. However, before any of that happened, there was an unexpected visitor at the professor's table.
That would be me, I suppose.
Yes, you. Who else? Such a trifling matter, but the fact that you decided to come over to greet the professor meant that I had lost my chance to slip away unnoticed. In due course, the professor took a sip of his water and was paralyzed. I made sure he was sitting in his chair such that he wouldn't fall. There was no going back at that point, so I concocted a plan on the spur of the moment.
I plan to pin Dr. Wilson's murder on this innocent man.
I happened to know that the professor always carried a gun. I decided to use that fact to my advantage. I had the bottle of curare in my handbag, and my own pistol concealed under my skirt.
Under your skirt?
So I was right. There were 2 guns.
Yes.
And then I finished my coffee and got up to leave. That's when I noticed the professor's gun, which you had presumably placed on the floor. Placed where you were sure that I would notice it.
And everything went according to plan. You noticed the gun as I'd intended. And then, just as you bent down to pick it up,
that's when you shot the professor with your own gun. Even though at that point he was already dead.
naturally, the gunshot caused a commotion, at which point the waiter appeared.
Obviously, I assumed Naruhodo-san was the culprit and apprehended him. I took him to the pantry that adjoins the kitchen and locked him inside.
That's when I took the opportunity to turn the professor and his chair around.
Because of course. You needed to make it look like the defendant had shot Dr. Wilson from where he'd picked up the gun.
So there you have it. That is the entirety of my misdemeanor. Your Excellency,
Yes?
I wonder... might I speak with you in private later?
I shall call on you.
Thank you. Good day then, everyone. I hope you can forgive me, Naruhodo-san.
Peace. I'm leaving.
Rent's leaving for realsies this time.
No, so I thought it was like 2 lines and then I'm done.
It would seem this trial has finally run its course.
Only took fucking 6 hours.
I presume the prosecution is in agreement.
This can be! Takasuchi does not lose! Not to the likes of these rookie students!
You'd better start getting used to tough opposition.
Yes?
This insult to the Ouchie family name will never be forgotten!
You've become quite conceited with age, Counsel, but the old have to stand aside and make way for the new. It's the way of the world. May you never forget that.
Whoa! Oh, shit!
1,000 millennia may pass, and still, the Ouchi clan will never measure up to the Naruhodo clan.
This trial in the Supreme Court of Japan.
I thought that shit was cool, so I'm gonna let it fly in my courtroom.
I believe will go down in history as the start of a new chapter in our country's judicial system. Despite being summoned as the accused, you, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, presented an excellent case.
Thank you, Your Excellency!
The use of evidence and deduction to unravel the truth is a modern methodology. After all, it has only been a few short decades since our country opened its doors to the wider world. But the Western ideas of science are rapidly gaining acceptance here. I feel sure that science will soon bring new methods of investigation and new procedures of justice. A new future of law awaits. But what it will look like, I cannot begin to imagine.
Perhaps we can make 6 different sequels out of it, Your Excellency.
I doubt it. That is for the young to pursue. Kazuma Asogi.
Yes.
After this trial, you are set to embark on a journey of discovery to the illustrious British Empire. Learn all you can, absorb everything of the wider world that you are able to. And do not forget to fulfill the mission imposed upon you.
I understand, Your Excellency.
What was that about? Why do you look so grave all of a sudden?
Never mind.
As for you, Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
Oh, whoops. Oh, yes?
In you, I sense, how can I put it, unusual potential. I very much look forward to seeing how much you carry that onwards.
Thank you, Your Excellency!
It is time to deliver the final verdict. I hereby find the defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Say it with me.
Not guilty. Yeah! Look at Ouchie over there. Bro's flabbergasted.
It appears that Ouchie was sent to heaven as well.
This court is now adjourned.
Skip. It's not skipping. Fuck! Last time we're seeing it, though. I can't believe it. I can't believe what's happened. I made it. I defended myself and made it through that horrendous trial.
Ryunosuke, you finally pulled it off. Congratulations.
Well, I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you, Kazuma.
No. It was a pleasure to watch you at work. So, you owe me an extra large sukiyaki from the place of Yume University Street, don't forget.
Oh. Good afternoon.
That's me.
Oh, really? I thought it was Mr.
You heard the
Mikotola.
text beat, didn't
Why
you?
else would
I did
she
not know.
cheer?
Good afternoon. All your hard work has certainly paid off.
Hey!
My girl!
Congratulations to both of you for proving Naruhodo-san's innocence.
Our trusty judicial assistant. You worked hard for that result, too, you know?
Oh no, I didn't do anything.
Thank you so much! If we hadn't had that research report of Miss Brett's, I don't know how things would have turned out.
Your kind words should really be for my father. I was simply doing as he asked. It was his idea for me to go to the university and investigate.
Your father? Ah, yes, of course.
Forgive me for intruding on court proceedings, Your Excellency. Susato Mikotoba, judicial assistant to the defense.
That's tough.
To the defense.
Speaking of Mikotoba. Ah, there you are. I believe congratulations are in order. Bye, Sato. Naruhodo. You did an excellent job. Thank you, Professor. Oh no, it is I who should be thanking you. After all, your efforts exposed the true criminal that took the life of my good friend. Good friend? Oh, yes, you mentioned that before. It was you who actually invited Dr. Wilson to Yume University, wasn't it? Yes, that's right.
Professor Mikoto studied overseas himself. He went to study forensic medicine in Great Britain. Presumably, that's where you met Dr. Wilson.
Exactly. In those days, we worked together in the same hospital. Oh, you worked together?
I've never heard you mention that before.
Well, it was a long time ago now. Besides, it's your turn, Asogi. Great Britain is a magnificent country. It leads the world. In science, medicine, engineering, culture, and of course, in law. Watch and learn, my boy. See what's happening in the world's largest melting pot.
I will. I'll learn all that I can. I swear on this, the spirit, I swear on this, the spirit of the Asogi clan.
You're not taking that sword to Great Britain, are you?
Of course I am. A Japanese man's katana is his soul. This blade shows me where I need to go. And cuts down anything that's in my way.
Including his hair? Okay. Yes, I've definitely seen how sharp it is already with my own eyes.
That reminds me. What happened to the woman? To Jezzael Brett, I mean. After all, she's guilty of murder.
Ah, yes. Her. It's not easy to tell you this, but... What do you mean?
But
surely she's going to face trial herself now. She's the true culprit, after all. She will be leaving Japan at the very near future. For Shanghai. What? Shanghai? Jezzael Brett will not appear in court again in this country. I'm certain of that. What? But why not? Who is talking?
Oh, it's the judge.
Maybe it's Giselle.
The judge?
It's a matter of consular jurisdiction.
Oh, it's Hosonaga.
Never mind.
Whoops.
It's a matter of consular jurisdiction. Inspector Hosonaga! It was a hard-fought battle in the courtroom today. Very impressive to watch. I must congratulate... But what's all this about consular jurisdiction? We cannot try this particular foreigner for her crimes here in Japan. What? We can't try her? But then, who? Who's going to bring her to justice?
A British consular court will hear her case. Somewhere far away, where our voices can't be heard.
But why a consular court?
Professor, I simply don't understand. I thought consular courts were a thing of the past now, that we've signed the friendship treaty.
Yes, in normal circumstances, you're right.
Then so long as this is not a serious incident of a highly political nature to our respective governments, they can't invoke a consular court just like that!
Oh. Can't they?
Yes, she's a student, but it doesn't justify our government's making secret agreements about her fate, does it? Something strange is going on.
So Miss Brett can't be held accountable for her actions here in Japan.
I'm afraid that for the young student, today's trial was nothing more than a game all along. There was never any danger of comeuppance for her.
I don't believe it.
The British government's Foreign Affairs Ministry has demanded that we hand over custody of Miss Brett. They're obviously taking this case of a foreign student committing murder very seriously. But it's all going to change from now on. We can make it change. This is a time of great turmoil. This new era heralded by the start of the 20th century. One day, I have no doubt, that woman will receive the judgment she deserves.
Yes, change is coming, and we're the ones driving it.
Well, I think that's enough seriousness for now. This evening calls for a celebratory drink.
But, Professor...
You're right. This is no time for gloomy faces. We should be celebrating Ryunosuke, not guilty... we should be celebrating Ryunosuke's not guilty verdict. Let's start having some fun.
In that case, might I suggest La Carnival? As the head waiter, I should be delighted to provide you with ample food and drink.
You're a detective, Hosonaga-san, aren't you?
Let's not worry about details for now. The La Carnival! Will you accompany us, Professor? Of course. La Carnival's food is second to none.
Sato!
Oh, this is all she says, and then she's gone.
I shall go and attend to the paperwork for Naruhodo-san's release.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Alright.
Hey, Darling, do you want anything to eat?
No, actually.
Really?
I have a very bad stomachache. I'm feeling kind of ill.
Oh.
So Giselle Brett won't be tried here. I suppose that means I'll never know. I'll never find out why she killed Dr. Wilson. Kazuma.
Yes, Ryunosuke.
I just wanted to say thanks again, that's all. You really saved my skin today.
I didn't do a thing. You were the lawyer in there, weren't you? That defense was all your own work.
Your skills made the difference, though. One day I bet you'll be the best lawyer in the world.
I'm not sure about that. To be honest, something kept occurring to me over and over again during that trial. I couldn't help thinking that maybe you're the one destined to become a great lawyer, not me.
Come on, be serious.
If I helped you today, it was only right at the very start of the trial. But you have a natural talent for it. For being a defense lawyer, I mean.
Oh no, not me! All that tense verbal combat? I never want to go through that ever again! I just did what you told me to do, that's all. Because I knew I could trust you.
That's the point.
Sorry? What do you mean that's the point?
Listen, Ryunosuke. Do you know what the most crucial weapon is that any lawyer needs in order to win?
Knowledge of the law?
No. The ability to believe.
You fucking corny ass bitch, what's wrong with you? To believe? To believe what?
A defense lawyer has the right... A defense lawyer has to fight for his clients. He has to believe in them at all times.
Like you believed in me when I said I didn't do it.
I'm human, just like you. I don't have some superhuman ability to know the truth. But you have to make a choice about what to believe in and stick to it when you're defending someone. Sometimes in the courtroom, you can really be backed into a corner. But being able to remain faithful to what you choose to believe in even then, Well, that's not something that anyone can do. It takes a special kind of person.
Believing in your client.
Just look at today's trial. I'm a student lawyer with a precious little real experience, but you never stop believing in me.
Well,
You face seemingly hopeless situations time and again, but you never stop looking for the truth. And in the end, you found it. Through your own efforts and in the end you found it. Through your own efforts, and because you never stopped believing in me.
Thanks, Kazuma.
There's something I want to ask you, actually, Ryunosuke. Well, it's a favor, really. Something very important to me.
It sounds serious. What is... you're still here, are you? Oh, Inspector Hosonaga. I've arranged some rickshaws for us. Let's go.
Thank you. We'll be right there. Let's pick up this conversation again later. We should be celebrating right now. Your first court victory.
And your study tour to Great Britain, don't forget.
Ah, yes. That too.
So my very first trial came to an end. Kazuma. Professor Mikotowa. Sato-san, who acted as my assistant. Inspector Hosonaga, who didn't really play much of a part, but still. It was because of the help and support of all these people that I managed to get through that trial. But more importantly, Kazuma hadn't yet managed to ask his favor of me. Little did I realize just how much it would change my life. And... Yay!
And... yeah. Would you like to continue?
We're not done yet! Make a save is fine, whatever went on. You know what we're gonna do?
What are we gonna do?
We have a cute little extra episode. An escapade. Go back. Yes.
Can I go to the bathroom?
No!
Go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Hey!
Anyway, worry not. I do actually allow Mugman to be free, so. Anyway,
How did everybody enjoy?
our first case.
Yeah.
How did you enjoy it, Aster? Since
I got to lay down. I'm happy.
Okay.
You gonna ask me something?
Yes. What did you think of the case?
I liked it. It's a good start, and this is my first ever actual Ace Attorney trial to witness. So
Yeah.
But I do understand the not guilty though, like the flashing and the impact onto the screen. I like that. I've seen that before. It's good.
Yes, that's the best part of playing Ace Attorney games. Honestly, is always just the like the courtroom spectacles are very, very flashy, and I like it.
Mm-hmm. For the times you were acting, Aster, you did great as always.
Aw, thank you. You also sound really awesome.
Thank you. Hopefully the mic's not too bad.
I'm listening to you on AirPods, so I have no idea what you sound like, honestly.
Okay. As I mentioned before in the chat, it's frustrating because I can pronounce Japanese words correctly. It's just hard to do it with the accent.
Yeah, it is difficult.
Instead of saying naruhodo, I have to say naruhodo. Yeah.
Hi, welcome back. You good? Oh dear. So, before we leave, we're gonna do this one episode of the Rants magazine. We have these cute little escapades, and this one takes place after the first case. Basically, immediately after. It's kind of like an extra episode, little tidbit thing. It's like 20 minutes, so real short and very lighthearted. So I'm not in this at all. So would you like to sit in the chair? Please. I'm gonna go sit back.
I move the bench.
Yes, Aster's moderating chat.
I am moderating chat. I'm a mod.
She's a mod. Boogie, 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 boogie.
Looky, looky, looky.
All right. In the first of
The
8
Island Boys-
escapades,
Oh,
Ryunosuke finds 2 troublemaking witnesses from his earlier trial having a battle of words in the defendant's antechamber, leading to a real tongue lashing.
I realized I swapped accents midway through doing that line, but fuck it, we did it.
Hang on. If I read it out in a certain voice, I wonder if you would get it now.
In the first of 8 escapades, Ryunosuke finds 2 troublemaking witnesses from his early trial having a battle of words.
A battle of words.
Nah. Come on, Dag. All right. Tensions are high.
Okay, now you get it. Cool.
In the first of 8 escapades, Ryunosuke finds 2 troublemaking
Let's get it
witnesses from his
started.
earlier trial.
Sorry.
We're on a time limit, and I'm
Indeed we are. Don't worry, this is only like 20 minutes apparently, so we'll have enough time. After this, we'll call it, because also I'm not feeling the best.
not Australian. Mug's accent. That was an Australian. No, it's more like just rough British.
Yeah.
I can't specify.
Just look at my priceless treasure now! Myself I've scrubbed and scrubbed, but the repellent odor of meat will never be repelled from its resplendent surface again!
But you have a peg in your possession, at least you should be grateful, old man.
How dare you!
Excuse me, but I'd just like to get at that Zabuton cushion there if I could.
Rest assured, you miserable military malefactor! This is not over. Incarceration awaits thee who would defraud a senior citizen for his priceless treasures.
What's your tale, little man? Mark my words, I won't.
Sorry, Sergeant, but could I just get at that Zabuton cushion there as well?
Oh. I won't go to jail! Never! Imagine if I did! The very next day, my boy would starve with that chain of command in place to provide for him!
Using the child to protect herself. Myself, I call that abstinent cowardice.
Oh, really? And who just employed the old poor defenseless senior citizen tactic, The only way to find an enemy who's using underhand tactics is with a tit-for-tat strategy!
I'm sorry to interrupt again, but I just need to get at that Western-style cushion there on the sofa.
Enough of this insubordination! What do you want, man?
Oh, please don't mind me.
Aha! Do my eyes deceive me, or is this the wide-eyed criminal from the trial before?
Wide-eyed, perhaps, but criminal, no.
What is this unhealthy fascination you exhibit with the seating arrangements of others, Why were you peering under the cushion of this upholstered seat?
Oh, well, the thing is... Asogi, I'm guessing?
I'm assuming. Any luck? Did you find it?
Yes.
No, sadly not. I don't think it's here, Kazuma.
You really are a liability, Ryunosuke.
Report! At once! Have you lost something? Is that it?
Yes. We were just on our way to a party to celebrate my friend's victory here, when...
I realized that my university pin badge was missing.
A university pin badge, you say?
Yes, from my collar here, you see?
Affirmative! Uniforms must be kept in prime condition at all times. A missing badge is unacceptable!
I thought if I looked around, it would probably turn up somewhere. Like the old tale of the Koban coin and the steak.
A parable of which I am acutely aware.
But I've exhausted my search now, really. The only logical conclusion is that someone must have stolen it.
Don't look at me. I don't just find any old metal objects irresistible, you know? Imagine what would happen if little Trooperado here swallowed something like that.
I'm afraid we'll have to give up, Ryunosuke. Still, if you tell the office your student number, there should be... Still, if you tell the office your student number, they should be able to issue you with a new one. What's the matter? Don't tell me.
Yes, I don't remember my student number.
I don't believe it! I mean, this is the second time you've lost your badge, isn't it?
Third, actually.
If you didn't think you could remember it, you should have made a note of it somewhere. I told you that until I was blue in the face the last time this happened!
Yes, I do seem to remember someone telling me something along those lines. It was you, was it?
You can't even remember who told you you needed to remember it.
Well, student numbers are 6 digits, Kazuma. Who could remember 6 whole digits?
Yumei isn't exactly a long-established university, you know. All our numbers are still rather low. In fact, they only use the last 3 digits.
Well, that might help, I suppose.
That might help? Ryunosuke, it's only 3 digits you needed to remember. Just 3!
Sorry my brain is such a disappointment.
Just
Yes,
3.
well, anyway, young man, myself, I was greatly impressed with you in the courtroom today.
Oh, you mean me?
A lawyer already before you've even graduated. And such a loyal friend to this... one.
This one? What's that supposed to mean?
Oh no, I still have much to learn. In fact, that was brought home to me in no uncertain terms only last year. My Achilles heel was spectacularly exposed by my best friend here.
Indeed.
What? By me? This is the first time I've heard about it.
Yes, by Ryunosuke Naruhodo. You can't have forgotten, surely. It was last summer at the speech contest.
The speech contest? Oh, that!
Contestants had to take the stage and deliver a public address on any subject they choose. Any subject they chose, that would be right. We were competing to give the most compelling and powerful speech.
And yours was great! It made a huge impression on the audience.
Obviously, since I was budding student law, I was determined to win. And sure enough, one by one my opposition fell. When I reached the final at last, I came up against you.
Yes, so you did.
Not being rude, but when I first laid eyes on you, I thought to myself, this cheeky, wide-eyed no-hoper is about of his depth. He's going to be a pushover.
That's your version of not being rude, is it?
Well, I paid for my complacency because it brought on that humiliating defeat.
Defeat? How were your ranks compromised?
My speech was going very well. I had the audience in the palm of my hand. They hung on my every word. And then, when I came to the very last line...
Yes? What happened at the very last line?
It was supposed to be a climactic end. Unfortunately, I completely fouled it up.
Never! You mean you stumbled on your words?
Spectacularly. Even now, I can't believe I ruined it.
Well, what on earth did you say, man?
Ryunosuke, you'd better say it. I still can't get my tongue around it.
Sure, of course. I can still
I
recall
said
it perfectly.
meat instead of steak or meal.
He said meat instead of meal. What you said at the end of your speech, or rather, what you intended to say at the end of your speech was this. So arise, ladies and gentlemen, and applaud our forefathers' plight in the fight for our filial piety. Is it piety? I said it right, good.
Is it piety?
I think it's piety. I think it's like pious.
Yeah, pious. Pious? Bro saying penis, that's crazy. The AirPods died? Whoops.
And what went wrong?
What indeed? Myself, I see no problem with the pronunciation of those paltry words.
In that case, old man, I invite you to say it yourself.
Very well, then. I shall. So arise, ladies and gentlemen, and applaud our forefathers' plight in the fight... The fight for filial It's impossible!
The arise, ladies and gentlemen part I delivered perfectly. But the next part had me floundering for a whole 5 minutes. By the end of it, I was on my knees in front of the podium, a blabbering mess.
And that's when the audience started to heckle you. Arise! Arise! They were shouting.
Hell on earth?
Then, of course, the man went and delivered his word-perfect speech with a perfect ending. How did it go again?
Let me see. So, my dear fellows, the message is simple. Treat your father and mother with respect. Something like that?
I mean, talk about stating the obvious, but the fact is, I lost that speech.
Oh. Tongue-tied is the only way to describe it.
Well, it is quite tricky to say, I agree. That final fight, or filial piety, especially. And even since that day, I've had this question whirling around my head. Why did our forefathers choose such an awkward phrase? Was it to mock their children? I mean, it should never have been called fire.
Ah! In the first pace.
Called filial piety.
At least you're going to Great Britain soon. It might not come up much there.
Well, anyway. Having lost that accursed contest, I came after you to ask you a question. How is it that you never trip up on your words, I inquired. And you just gave me a broad smile and said, speaking fast is my hobby. I mean, really, what kind of hobby is that? What kind of hobby is that?
Do you think you could take your hand off your sword? Besides, it's just a way to pass the time.
After that, you started talking to me 10 to the dozen, like you were possessed almost. Honestly, you can't imagine the shock I suffered. The shock I suffered that day. You really can't.
You're right. I really can't.
Speaking fast is just the sort of hobby I'd expect a civilian like you to waste his time on.
Well, you have to practice, of course. But there are some simple things to start with. Like this famous one, for example. Switch samurai sword, swipe silently sideways.
Yes, even a decrepit tongue and an ailing frame such as mine can find its way around that one.
I've no doubt. It's just a bit of fun, really. I can't imagine anybody would struggle to say it. Isn't that right, Kazuma?
Swift slammering Ah!
A blabbering mess by word, too.
It's not just the samurai. Every good soldier needs to be able to handle a sword. That's why I've been busy teaching Otto the finer points of swordplay. Not this wordplay nonsense, Private.
Come to think of it.
God damn it, sorry.
Not long after. not long after that, we started to attend lectures together, didn't we? And we got into that debate about family values at the sukiyaki place on campus. Do you remember?
Yes, your argument was full of jokes and puns and wordplay as usual. I remember it well.
Oh, was it?
In any case, I swore that I would never let myself forget the shock you gave me back then. And as a symbol of how seriously I took that oath, I decided to wear this, my red Hachimaki headband.
Sorry, Kazuma?
Yes.
You've lost me there, I'm afraid. I don't see the link. What does your red headband have to do with your oath?
Because it will always remind me of that smug look on your face as you uttered those tantalizing words.
What words? Oh, you mean another tongue twister?
I practiced and practiced until my tongue bled. But in the end, I mastered it.
Mastered what?
Well, I think it's time you heard this, actually. Listen carefully now. Here goes. Red headband, lead headband, dead headband. There! Word perfect, see?
I'd actually been meaning to ask you about that. About the story behind your headband, I mean.
Well, now you know. So that I'll never forget the shock and humiliation of that day. That's why I wear this red headband every single day without fail.
Well, I don't know exactly how much of a shock you think you had back then, but it can't be more than the shock you've just given me now.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm sorry to have to tell you, but the tongue twister I said didn't go the way you seem to have remembered it.
Huh?
It's just as famous as Swift Samurai Sword, so I can't believe you don't know it, really. It goes, red bread pan, lead bread pan, dead bread man.
Wait, what? Red...
It seems I've knocked some wind out of that headband of yours.
It's not too late, Private. You could always start wearing a red bread pan on your head instead.
Your youthful vigor is manifest, young man. Your cheeks are glowing redder than your hachimaki.
Why do so many words have to be so similar?
So, looking forward to Great Britain then? Where you'll have to deliver speeches in court in English.
I suppose I can always sell seashells on the seashore.
It says shell sea cells on the seashore.
Seashells on the seashore.
Sea cells.
Shore?
Yeah. Shell sea cells on the seashore.
Seashells by the seashore.
But anyway, that's all that I wanted to do. It was silly, right? It's fun.
That was silly, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, all of them are like that.
Alright. Man.
Anyway, thank you both for, thank you Mugman for basically hosting the stream for me.
No
thank you everybody for being supportive with me as I spent 75% of the stream laying down and not talking. Can we get a round of applause for Mugman and Judge? They sounded super fucking good.
Thank you.
Yay!
Wow.
Anyway, I have no final words. What did you two think of the case and the escapade?
That's the third time I've gone through that case, and by like 30 minutes in, I was like, okay, can we just get to the part where he talks about the fucking poison?
No, literally. Do you see why I'm sick of this damn case? For me, this
I'm fine with it for the
terrible.
first one, though. Yeah, like obviously there's a lot of back and forth with like the goalposts keep moving, and that's a
Yeah.
very common thing we've noticed with these games anyway.
This is how I'm hearing Judge. Hold on.
Oh, got it. Sorry.
What?
Nothing. Mugman picked up the phone, which is how I'm hearing you.
Yeah, sorry. I was trying to like
okay.
fix the settings because we have each other muted so that there isn't any like audio overlapping.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But Judge, what did you think of the case?
I liked it. Again, I said like I can see on repeat playthroughs like it getting a bit annoying with the goalpost moving. I was fine with it for the most part, but I enjoyed it.
It's only because I
think it's
knew
a good
what
start.
was coming next that I didn't like it, I feel.
Yeah, after...
I can't wait to go to Britannia.
Yeah! Anyway, any final thoughts from both of you?
Can't wait for you to see Case 2, Judge.
Case 2? Alright,
you're gonna love
that's...
it.
God,
Well,
we
I
get to
guess
meet the best character.
Yeah!
Oh my
I guess we'll wait
God.
and see.
We're going to love Case 2, Judge. You're gonna be so happy.
Okay, I look forward to it.
Yay!
Whew.
Alright.
Take care, everybody. Yes.
Indeed.
Yeah. Hold on!
Once again.
Don't click stop
No,
stream
I was
yet.
gonna say it for you.
No, I got it.
Oh, you got, but I did the intro as you.
Fine, you're right. Well, you know what? Here,
Say
we'll do
it
it together.
together.
Alright. With that, everybody, thank you
Thank you
so
for
much for watching.
So much for watching.
And with that,
Good night.